I was talking about how, like, if a guy is really athletic, for instance, like Derrick Rose, right? When he first came into the league, let's use him as a primary example. He comes into the league, a super freak athlete, right? Stud, and he played on those talents and that skill and that athleticism and that youth and vigor at the beginning of his career, and that's pretty emphatic, right? That's what he did. Like, he was an MVP, right? Then what happened when he started having injuries to his knees, and once the wheels go, what happens to that player? What happens is a guy that relies on his athleticism early in his career, eventually, if they get injured enough, they haven't evolved as a player in other facets of the game. In other words, they don't have any tricks up their sleeve. They don't have any, other features to their repertoire. In other words, a mid-range game, drive and dish, drive and finish, step back shots, getting to the baseline and putting it in, finding alley-oops to the big men. You have to take your game to a different level when you run out of your age and athleticism. A guy like Parker, when he has 2 knee injuries, now the wheels go. What's he got left in his game once the athleticism's gone? Anyone knows that a player, once the athleticism starts to wane, they have to change their game. They got to be able to shoot better from the paint, from the elbow, from the blocks, from the wing, from the corners. Be able to change your game to passing more, to rip and run, to rebounding, to facilitating your teammates, to defending. Some players lose their athleticism in terms of getting to the hole, so they become a better defender. They become a better possessor of the rock, not to turn it over, find the scorers on your team and let them produce. I think eventually, once your wheels go in the NBA, you're screwed. And you could see that now in Rose's game, can't you? Like, there were moments that he had burst ability and big game potential and 30-point nights with the Knicks, right? But they were few and far between, because the days of him ever being 100% healthy are long gone. His legs have been fixed. Everything. What hasn't that guy had fixed and operated on his body? He's a mess. And then at the end of the year, what happened? He blows it out again. And he has another knee injury. And they never stop. Once the injuries start, they just keep rolling and cascading. They never go away. Trust me, I get them. I've broken my kneecap. I broke my hand. I tore my rotator, my labrum. It never ends. I've broken every finger on both hands. You don't just suddenly one day become healthy. It's a deterioration over time that eventually takes away your athleticism. And then if you don't adapt and change your game, like right now, I'm slow, right? I'm not fast. I run like a duck. But I've been able to turn my game into an elbow game, a high point game, free throw line and in the paint, in the blocks, on the baseline, on the wing, stay within 18 feet. I'm lethal. You have to change your game when your athleticism goes. I think eventually Parker's athleticism's toast because of the knee operations. Same thing with Rose. He's not worth all that money now because he never stays healthy ever. Another guy that relied on athleticism was Noah. He's finished. I mean, this guy's game, he might as well play at the rec league where I play because he's got nothing left. He gets injured turning off the alarm clock in the morning.